Excuse me, what? Pardon, science?
Welcome back to another TechFlow Top 5. I know how much you guys like this series, mainly because, well, we give away one of the items to one of you lucky viewers. So if there's anything in the list that tickles your fancy, let us know what item it is and why in the comment section down below. Also hit us up with a like rating for that chance to win. Okay, with the intro out the way, let's get straight into this. Okay, so first up, you guys know I am absolutely obsessed with lights. Thanks, phone. There's these cool lights that are literally right behind me, and then there's this light right here, which is kind of... I'm gonna call it the floating lamp, and all the links for all of the products will be down there below. Now, this isn't actually on my desk, it's in my spare room, but it would look really good on a desk. There isn't somebody that I've shown IRL this lamp, and they've not been blown away. Don't get me wrong, this lamp isn't really a lamp, it doesn't light the room up, it's just cool to look at, and this thing just has a subtle glow to it. It's more of a wow factor light than an actual light to give you working light, if that makes sense. This lamp actually has a rather large base. Now, what's that base for, you may ask? Well, it's got a wireless charger built into it, Qi wireless charging. It only sticks out about 5 watts, but still, now you can say to people that you've got a lamp that floats, that also wirelessly charges your phone. I don't know about you, but I think it's pretty cool. Now, coming up next, we've got the CheerPod. Now, this is a wireless mouse. The name, yeah, a little bit weird. This wireless mouse, this really thin little cool looking thing. Alex, how does it work? Well, it actually has multiple use cases, so it's gonna appeal to a load of different people. Now, to start off, it has a laser pointer built right into it, but that really isn't its main party trick. As you can see, it has this strange design, which means it can be placed down on a table and used like an actual mouse, which is really awesome, and the entire top surface is basically a left, right, and middle click, which is cool. However, it also has a multi-function button on the top, or much rather a slider. So if it's in its middle setting, that means it's in mouse mode, so you can put it down and use it like a normal mouse, and its tracking it's pretty average. Definitely not gonna blow you away. However, when you flick it into its third mode, now it basically turns into a laptop trackpad. So yeah, you can use your finger on this surface to use this as a mouse. It's super, super cool and really awesome for people that are on the go. I was thinking for somebody that uses an iPad or a tablet as their setup, and they want a really, really portable mouse to be able to stick in the bag and get it out on the train. And it also works pretty much like a MacBook trackpad. It's multi-touch, so you can click with 3 or 4 fingers to use different things like the multitasking tray, for example, on your iPad. Powered also by USB-C, which is nice to see for such a small device. I think this is awesome and really good just to have in your arsenal if you're ever thinking of leaving with your iPad or your laptop and you want an external mouse, something to throw in the bag that's super, super small. So in no particular order, now coming in at number 3, we've got the Fosse Audio DAC Q4. Now this is a $50 DAC on Amazon, or £50 I should say, all the links below. Now I should address the elephant in the room. What's a DAC? It stands for digital to analog conversion. So if you think about it, all of the audio on your computer or on your TV, it starts out digitally, right? It's a digital string of 1s and 0s. Now to get that to your speakers, it needs to be digitally converted to analog. Makes sense? It's super, super small, and on the front of it, it has a volume knob, it has a treble knob, and a bass knob, so you can quickly dial in your EQ if you want to change it on the fly. I have mine literally velcroed to the underside of my desk for quick access. Now on the back of it, it has a few inputs. You've got coax, which is basically optical. You can connect it via USB straight to your computer. And it also has an optical or Toslink input for connecting it to things like your TV. So for this setup behind me, for example, I have a TV connected via optical and my laptop connected via USB. So depending on what I'm doing, I can quickly use the toggle on the front of this thing to choose the input, and then I've got a quick volume volume knob to change the volume, and if the track that I'm listening to is a bit bassy or a bit treble heavy, I can go ahead and make those really finite adjustments that are powering my KRK speakers. It does a great job at converting that audio from, well, digital to analog. It does what it says on the tin. I've been using it for ages. It hasn't let me down, and therefore it's made this top 5. Now, before we continue this video, this top 5 is sponsored by Freetrade. Thanks, guys. So I know, including myself, loads of people that are trying to earn a little bit of extra income on the side. Passive income, a side hustle, for example. Now, this is basically where Freetrade can come in. Now, I want to take this time to tell you that I am not your financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Always remember that when you are investing money, your capital is always at risk. Number 1, commission-free investing. Freetrade, basically, unlike any other trading software that I've ever come across, they don't charge what's called the commission fee. So basically, it's just more profit in your pocket. And who doesn't want more profit? Number 2, it's a simple app, a simple trading app, easy for noobs, pretty much like me in the trading world. The app is really easy to use, so therefore it's great for beginners, but it's also really good for experts because it's got everything you can need. And guess what? You can start trading from as little as just £2. Freetrade also offer US fractional stocks, which basically means you can invest a really small amount of money into large stocks, for example. And number 3, they're basically a broker that you can trust. They're trustworthy. Freetrade's pricing model is super transparent, meaning there's no hidden costs that are gonna come back and bite you in the bum later. And they also won the Best British Bank Awards in 2019, 20, and this year, 2021. So they are definitely a broker that you can trust. And trust is always good when you're dealing with money. So if you do want to start trading today, simply head to freetrade.io/TechFlow and you can get 1 free share worth up to £200. So you can download the app, create and fund your account and start trading today. Guys, it's on us, and thanks Freetrade for sponsoring this video. Okay, so coming up next, we've got the Elgato light strips. Now, let me tell you this right off the bat, Elgato have been killing the game recently. I've just been absolutely loving to see it. So basically, Elgato have made their own light strip. In the box, you get obviously the LEDs themselves, you get the transformer, the LED controller, some tape, obviously a manual, but you don't really need that because it's super simple, and obviously the plugs to get you going wherever you are in the world. I've tested everything from the likes of LifeX to Philips Hue lights to cheap Chinese knockoff ones from Smart Home and 2Year Smart, and always find myself going back to lights from the likes of Hue and LifeX because they actually provide you with a decent quality LED strip. That meaning the strip has its own, separate from the color LED, white LEDs. So that means it can basically go super bright. Now, I know a load of you guys will put LED strips around your setups and then you will start to film yourself around your setups and you will see in the background the LEDs, more often the cheap ones, flickering, and you have to turn the brightness up to get away from the flicker. Now, Elgato have put a lot of work into these LEDs, not really sure how they've done it, but no matter the brightness level, they will not flicker. So if you've got these in the back of your streaming setup or you're just simply making YouTube videos like I am and they're in the background, they won't be flickering no matter the brightness. And these things go super dim, but also super bright as well. They were super simple to set up, especially on the iOS side. You basically just search for wireless networks, it finds the strip, you then tether it to your own network, and then it just basically appears in the Corsair Control Center app, which you can control from your phone, your Mac, or your PC, whether you're streaming. Obviously, because it's an Elgato product, it has integrations into the things like the Stream Deck, so from, one click of a button, you can have your lights pink or green or blue. You get the point, guys. A really inexpensive, for the quality of the LED strip, light strip here. I really recommend these if you're after a light strip, a good quality one at that, that's smart and that won't flicker in the back of your streams. Now, I mentioned that Elgato are killing the game at the moment, and they really are. The last product in this top 5 is another one from Elgato, that being the Facecam. However, it's not just any webcam because it has built into it, it has inside of it, a Sony sensor. You guys know I absolutely love Sony cameras. This is a Sony camera shooting this with a Sony sensor inside of it, and as you can see, it's absolutely awesome. Now here is me at my streaming setup at home using this webcam or camera or webcam with a Sony sensor, and as you can see, it looks insane. You really wouldn't think this is a webcam. Now the lens driving this bad boy is a 24mm f2.4. Don't quote me on that. If that's wrong, I will have corrected on screen, and that should give you about an 80 to 85 degree field of view, which is pretty wide enough for, well, pretty much anything you would want, whether you're live streaming, playing your gameplay on Twitch or YouTube, or you're in your Zoom meetings for work. It also has a USB-C port on the back of it. Loads of webcams really annoy me because the cable basically goes into the back of the webcam and there's no way to extend it or add your own cable. With this, it's USB 3.0, USB-C. You can get a 5-meter USB-C cable and you'll be absolutely good to go for wherever you want to position your camera. And it also has onboard memory and settings. So basically you can go in and fine tune this camera, right, via the settings in the app that it has, and then you can save those settings to the camera. So then you would take the camera to a completely different computer, plug in the camera, and it would still have those same settings that you programmed into it on the previous computer. So basically it's a mobile little studio camera that once it's been set up is insane. And if any of that I just said to you doesn't make sense, the camera also has a function called auto, and if you flick it in auto, it will do all of the settings for you without you having to change anything. So it's good that you get basically the best of both worlds. Oh, and also it has a tripod screw on the bottom for ease of mounting. It obviously comes with a top monitor mount, so you can put it on top of your monitor, but if you want it on a tripod, well, you can put it on your tripod. So guys, there you go. That's been this month's episode of TechFlow Top 5. I'm so happy to be back doing these. I'm always hunting and looking around for new little bits of tech that I find interesting and think you guys will find cool. So yeah, that's been it, guys. My name's been Alex. This has been TechFlow, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.